The thing to remember about Julius Caesar is that he came from a very low base to make all these amazing achievements in his life. So, for example, his family were largely impecunious. His clan were fairly unremarkable until the time of Caesar's father, and then Caesar obviously is the individual in the family who actually really made their name with the Julii clan. So if you look at all his major achievements, I think Julius Caesar was a man who had a sense of destiny. He was the only son in his family. He knew that he'd become the head of the family. He'd seen the exploits of his father. His family had had the benign attention of the great warlord of the previous generation with Marius, consul 7 times, etc. Caesar had a sense of destiny, and then he almost followed this through step by step through his life. So he becomes the Flammian Dialis, the second most important religious figure in Rome at the age of 16. And then he suffers the trials and tribulations of the battles between the Optimates and the Populares, so the reactionary party and the popular radical party in Rome, etc. And he decides to make his name in the military. So the first time he serves with the military, which is in Asia, as a young officer, he gets a crown of oak leaves, which is the highest award you can get for bravery in the Roman military. So he's clearly very brave. We know from the primary sources that the next major event in his life was with the Cilician pirates, who he executed. And he told them he was going to execute them, and he followed it through. And then Caesar made sure the people in Rome knew this. And then he follows a set career path through the cursus honorum, and he becomes a soldier, an officer, a senior officer. He becomes a senior officer in Spain and continues to make his name, returns to Rome, goes through all the various magisterial positions in Rome, continues to make his name, becomes the leading religious figure in Rome, then campaigns in Gaul. So we have the Gallic campaigns, which actually increased the size of the Roman Republic's reach exponentially. And then you have the civil wars where Caesar crosses the Rubicon very bravely with the 13th Legion, when he's told by the Senate, if you cross the Rubicon, the river north of Ravenna in northern Italy, if you cross this, then you'll become an outlaw. And he still crosses the Rubicon, goes to Rome, becomes the leading figure, chases Pompey the Great, his key opponent, back to Greece, defeats them at the Battle of Pharsalus, fighting Pompey's supporters, fighting the Optimates, ultimately defeating them, finding his way back to Rome. So he's now the great man of Rome. He's the dictator in Rome.